Hey, Genki Call here. It is the week of June 19th, 2023. We are in Bright Forest this week. And before I get started with the usual stuff that we go over, I want to mention a couple of things from the forum. Those are that the Wheel of Fortune tarot card is now available in the vault. And in regular chests, glory, gem, and guild chests, VIP chests, the Volfire Hunter and the King of Ravens are now both available with those keys. So they're in the drop table, so good luck to you if you don't have them yet. I hope you grab them quickly. All right, as far as the trials go, we have a new team in here. The one that was in here was absolutely horrific, but as far as this goes, I think that this is the best order for the team. And we have a new team over here as we're supposed to have a new team over here. I swear. Okay, I read it wrong because I thought this said that we were going to be fighting Summer Night with Summer Night. I could have sworn, but I guess I was mistaken. All right. So anyway, this is what I recommend. It's a fantastic team. You've got Leprechaun for fast mana. Queen Titania is amazing. If you can get 13 or more red gems on the board, you're going to get an extra turn. Shimmer Scale is going to create red gems for you. Isn't that nice? Shimmer Scale is actually going to help you. Tinseltail, though, I recommend getting rid of Tinseltail as quickly as you can. Because Tinseltail is pretty dangerous. Anyway, backing out, let's start with campaign. Campaign tasks are easy when 25, well, they're always going to be easy from now on anyway. When 25 PvP battles, kill green enemies, 100 of them, and match 600 red gems. And just from doing my world event video, I've already matched 58, just that quickly. So, there's that. Next up, let's head into Guild Wars here. You need to set up your sentinels. I need to remember to do my sentinels myself and put in your defense teams. I have videos on everything, how to do everything I'm about to do here. So if you have any questions on this, watch the last 15 seconds of this video for a playlist of my Guild Wars stuff that will explain everything I'm doing here. So right now I'm just setting my defense teams. Am I going to keep these as my defense teams? I really need to upgrade them, but this one's blue. Little bit distracted. And this one should be yellow. Wait, didn't I already do yellow? I swear I already put in yellow. Wait, no, this is green. Ba 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 da ba. Green, and this one should be purple. I have too many things on my mind right now, and therefore I am not paying enough attention to what I'm doing. So yellow, red, brown. This at the bottom here should say 24 different troops, and it does, so at least I got that part right. And I'll set up my sentinels later. I'll donate to my guild later. I've already done the video on dark portents. So let's go over, no, let's head to shop first. Resources, grab your spoils of war. 10 of these, absolutely get your limit of 10 if you can afford it. It's a fantastic price for event keys. Then head into weekly event and check out the Sun Sprite. And I'm going to go over what she does when we're in Bright Forest. So first, I always recommend getting this up to Mythic level if you can, because that's a guaranteed level 20 troop for when you need it for the kingdom's power level. And also you get all of these other beautiful things along with, so super nice as far as that goes. And Bright Forest, so let's go over the troops from Bright Forest. That is the wrong button. In here. I'm going to get my power level up. That's going to be fantastic. Whee! We'll do that in a minute. Base rarity. All right, let me show all. You will not be able to get Emeraldrin from your event keys because you can only craft this in the Soul Forge. You also will not be able to get anything from Sunken Fleet because these are from the Underworld. You have to get them in the Underworld Sunken Fleet with your Chaos Shards. And there are, let's see, you won't be able to get the Tarot card. This is only available from the vault. And there should be one more here that you cannot get, and it is the Doom of Nature. This is only available from Tower of Doom events. So Those cards you can't get. Everything else we're going to go over right now, starting with the mythics. So the Fountain of Stars, actually super fun to use on the right team. Convert 5 green gems to purple potions and all brown gems to skulls. You only cast this when you have alignment for 4 plus on the skulls because you can't count on the purple potions. And then cleanse all Fey allies. Also have a 15% chance to bless all allies at the start of the turn and 50% skull damage reduction. I have used this successfully in Guild Wars and it was super fun just blowing away my enemies with the skulls and the doom skulls that I was using at the time. Suna is fantastic. I do love this troop. However, she's a slow burn. She's something that you kind of have to build up to. You steal life from the 2 weakest enemies, steal 8 magic from the 2 strongest enemies, which means as long as there are 2 on the board and they still have magic, you're getting 16 magic every time you cast. That means this number is going up and up and up, and it's fantastic. Plus Fairy Fire when matching red gems, so the Fairy Fire is going to make this do even more. She's just a fantastic troop. I do love her. I love her artwork as well. And yeah, she's really good. She is arguably the best mythic here as far as these 3 go, but I do love the Fountain of Stars. But I think that Suna kind of edges it out. Vernalis gives attack to the first 2 allies, life to the 2 weakest allies, and 10 magic to the 2 strongest allies. So it's the same kind of thing as Ulor. The same but different. But he will entangle and fairy fire a random enemy when matching green gems. You just match green gems and he does both, making him great for doing spell damage or using with Tannenbaum, who does triple damage to entangled enemies. Plus, you've got the Nature Link, which will get you bonus green mana. So you match 3, you actually get +1, so you'll get 4. And next up, we have Glitter Claw. Glitter Claw is a legendary. Yes, of course it is. All right, Glitter Claw I actually really like. Gain enchant when matching red gems. It has some immunity here. Damage to a random enemy. Transform all blue gems to green to boost the effect. But it's not the spell. It's fairy firing all of the enemies that is super helpful here. So this troop can loop. If you cast at the right time, you can loop, and then you can get that fairy fire on all of the enemies that aren't immune, that is, and do that extra spell damage. Super, super nice. Oh my gosh, what did I just do? I hit the wrong button. My bad. Hold on. Accidentally hit my keyboard. All right, so King Oberon and Queen Titania, both really good. I love both, actually. So King Oberon gives life and magic to all allies, then creates a firestorm and enchants all Fey allies. I have a fantastic all Fey team that I have put together. You can find it in my world event video. There will be a link to that at the end of this video. And I think, if I remember. And most importantly, all Fey allies start with a 50% mana. Or start with 50% mana. This includes Roanne, by the way. There are 2 ways to get a 50% mana start for Roanne now. One is from King Oberon, and the other is from this troop, which you get from the Underworld. Because she is Fey and she is Elemental. But I digress. Queen Titania does damage to all enemies, boosted by red enemies and allies. If there are 13 or more red gems, get an extra turn. So you get all of that red on the board. You just cast once, you cast again. She's just really, really good. She's like the fire side of Queen Mab. So we've got fire and ice with Queen Mab and Queen Titania. Also, she fairy fires a random enemy on 4+ gem matches. What's not to love here? I think she's a lot more powerful than Queen Mab personally, but anyway, can't get. Tinseltail, I actually don't generally like troops that do either this or do this or do this. I don't like that. But I do like this troop. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the aesthetics of the thing, but no matter what, 4 magic to each and every ally. You have a 50% chance for each of the following. damage to all enemies, explode 8 random gems, or give all allies life. It could do all 3 of those things. Also, again, Fairy Fire and a random enemy when matching green gems. So I really like Tinseltail as well. Even though it's got that either or thing going on, I still really like it personally. Birchthorn, this guy is our God Slayer. He's going to do that 3 to 5 times damage to any troop with a red border, including the dragons, the bosses in the underworld, Zul'Goth, anything if it has a red border, 3 to 5 times damage. And skull damage reduction is always nice. Child of Summer, absolutely a must if you want to have this for Guild Wars because she is empowered. She starts with full mana, she converts brown gems to red and conjures a firestorm. She is typically used with Yao Guai and Queen Titania. Lady Estelle creates 8 green gems and 8 red gems, bless and give 3 magic to all Bright Forest allies. You know, the green and red is great for this kingdom. I just generally choose to use other troops, but she does also summon a firestorm at the start of battle. Of course, you can do that just by using the Hierophant class if you want to be from Bright Forest. If you want your hero to be from Bright Forest, you can just use the Hierophant class to get the firestorm, but up to you. Old Man Oakroot, he eliminates all armor from an enemy, does damage, and is our siege breaker. So if it's Leona's tower or any other tower in an event, he does that 3 to 5 times damage, same as the God Slayer does. Also has skull damage reduction and summons a leaf storm when an enemy dies, which feeds right back into himself. Next we have Prince of Thoris. You will get this guy just from completing the storyline here. He does damage to an enemy boosted by enemy Fae, and summons either a Silver Drakon or Kristenix. I prefer the second one myself, but 25% chance to summon a Dragonet upon death, so you get a little meat shield there to protect your other troops if you happen to have an opening there, and immune to mana drain, silence, fairy fire, death mark, the high ancestry, very useful. And he does double skull damage versus Fae, which is interesting, since this is a kingdom of Fae. But then again, if you think about the storyline, they were hunting him, weren't they? Forgot about that until just a second. Shimmer Scale, so cute. Converts brown to red, does damage to an enemy boosted by the gems converted. So if you convert 10 gems with a 2 to 1 ratio, you will get an additional 5 damage off of it. You just take whatever the number is, divide by 2, and add it on there. Skull damage reduction, mana shield, very nice. Spring Emissary, give 4 magic to an ally and mana equal to half their mana cost. So if they have a 10 mana cost and they already have 8 mana, she'll still give them 5 mana. That's half their mana cost. If they're Fae, bless and enchant them, and the nature link and a fire link. So you get bonus red and bonus green mana, which is super helpful for this kingdom. Red and green and purple are the colors you're going to see most here. Nope, not down there. The Sethino, our Naga. A Naga Fae, how interesting. Create a mix of 3 green and red gems for each green ally and enemy. And she's got some immunities. That's about it. Next is Twinkleberry, who is a male. Look, what were his parents thinking? He's Twinkleberry. Sorry. Convert purple gems to green, deal damage to an enemy boosted by the gems converted. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. You convert 10, you get an extra 10 damage on there. And he has some immunities as well. Next, you will not be able to get this, but you can get the Cat Sith. Remove gems of a chosen color. Eliminate points of a random skill from the last enemy boosted by gems removed with a 3-to-1 ratio. So if there are 10, you'll get +3. And then steal 4 mana. Also stealthy, so you can't target it unless it gets, stunned. And a couple little bonus things here on the traits. Sooth Sith does damage to an enemy boosted by allied Fae and beasts, and gains some souls. A chance to dodge skull damage and the mana shield. Can't get the drowned sailor, but you can get Florian. Drain up to 12 mana from an enemy. Create green gems equal to the mana drained. You've fought her before. You know how annoying she can be. She also summons the Leaf Storm when an enemy dies. Next up, my favorite. If you don't have the leprechaun, my opinion, you should throw all of your event keys at this kingdom. You need this troop. This is my favorite, most used mana generator in the game. I love my leprechaun because it's instant gratification. I immediately am going to get to have some mana for my team because he's empowered. This is one of the first troops you should be targeting and the first troop you should be trading, in my opinion. You get some extra gold as well, and you've got the green mana link as well. I said as well twice. That was redundant. All right, let's get this gal leveled up and we'll see what she does. Get my power level up. Woo! All right. This is almost a Wonder Woman looking dress thing she's got on here. It's funny. Hadn't noticed.
Her bracelets do too.
How do her bracelets even stay on? They're bigger than her waist. All right, anyway, obviously it's magic. So she's 75% empowered. She has some immunity, and she gives life and 3 magic to one ally. If they're Fey, give double the effect. So, I mean, it's not great, but if you don't have any other healers and you really want to have one with you, it could be very useful if it's a Fey troop. Otherwise, I can't see using it. Caterfly, I actually like the Caterfly, in Bounty. Sometimes create 10 green gems with a 50% chance to summon another Caterfly. You've got the green mana boost and Fairy Fire enemies when doing skull damage. I never put it at the front, I just did it for the mana, and there are better bounty troops that create green mana, but I have used it in the past and rather had fun with it, so. Crabman you will not be able to get. The Fey Cap, this one does scatter damage. Boosted by Fey allies with a 50% chance to disease a random enemy. If you have questions on what any of this does, disease halves the mana a troop gains. Yeah, and the usual 10% chance to recover each turn. Skull damage reduction, immune to devour, and double skull damage versus diseased enemies. So if you feel like putting it up at the front of the team, he could be useful up there. Next is the Pixie, who really does nothing. She Fairy Fires an enemy and gets an extra turn. That's all she does. There are better ways to get Fairy Fire, but if you're really low level and you don't have any other choice, I mean, she's okay. 20% chance to dodge skull damage. If I was forced to use her, I'd throw her up the front of the team because I wouldn't care if she died. Sorry, that's so horrible. She's pretty though. 2 more. Summer Night. This one destroys a row. You gain armor and attack boosted by red gems destroyed. So you destroy 3 red gems, you'll get an additional 3 times 2 is 6. An extra 6 on here, and then you gain a barrier. 40% skull damage reduction, making her really good to throw up at the front of the team. She Fairy Fires enemies when doing skull damage, and she herself is immune to burning and Fairy Fire. Last up, we have the Brownie. This guy destroys 7 random gems. That's taking them off the board as if they were matched, but you can't target anything. And then he creates 7 purple gems, which does not feed back into himself, so it's a little weird, but, you know, it's a common, so what do we expect, right? Power levels up! Whee! I love it! Love getting my power levels up. Makes me so happy. All right. Next up, we have events for the week. So first of all, let's go in here and see. So Bright Forest troops and Fae get plus 10% to their skills. If it's a Fae from Bright Forest, which many of them are, they'll get plus 20% to their skills. And then if you take the new troop into PvP and or Explore, you get 400 gold for each battle you do that with, or take her into. For those things. Sorry, I'm a little distracted because my child is yelling, but George is going to go check on her, so yay! Tuesday, we have the Sunken Fleet Faction Assault. I did this without potions, and it was horrible. But since it can be done without potions, it should be a lot more doable with potions. I'll have information for you popping up in the last 15 seconds on this faction, so keep an eye out for that. Wednesday is Shimmer Scale's Egg. Thursday is the Hierophant class trial. And this weekend we have Invasion. So I was just talking about the towers. That is the event that we're doing this weekend, is fighting towers. Also, I want to mention about the Sorry, Sunken Fleet Faction Assault. Let's head down there because, you know, I love my visuals. So, tomorrow, Tuesday, is our faction assault, our Tuesday faction assault. But according to Taran's World, not this weekend, but next weekend, we're going to be doing a weekend faction assault at Sunken Fleet. So, you know, personally, I would rather try to get full, you know, everything, full renown here. I've already done it, but if I hadn't already done it, I would rather do it during a 3-day week, or, you know, 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, rather than trying to do it all on a Tuesday. Just forewarned is forearmed. There you go with that. And I don't recommend spending any gems on the Tuesday event because, you know, if you're going to get the new troop on the weekend faction assault, then you're going to be spending more gems you don't need to. So, anyway, I think that is it for this video. Yeah, we did Guild Wars. Yes, okay, that is it. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye!